Oriental News Nigeria, a foremost online news media, recently organized its 2026 conference under the theme Carbon Capture: Accelerating Decarbonization Initiative in Nigeria's Extractive Industry through Broad Regulatory Reforms at the Radisson Blu Hotel, Ikeja. The event, which was well attended by stakeholders across sectors, provided yet a platform for serious conversation. Welcoming guests to the conference, Mrs. Yemisi Izuora, publisher Oriental News Nigeria Online, noted that a well-protected environment will provide greater opportunities to explore our natural resources.
This conference with the theme Carbon Capture: Accelerating Decarbonization Initiatives in Nigeria's Extractive Industry through Broad Regulatory Reforms is bringing together top energy companies and experts, as well as key government agencies, to exchange innovative ideas on how to reduce carbon emissions in the energy sector and engage in knowledge sharing along the individual industry perspective. We all understand the role the extractive industry plays in sustaining our economy, and at the same time, extraction of the resources also comes with environmental consequences. A well-protected environment, no doubt, gives us good health and provides greater opportunities to explore these natural resources. The conference also has a sub-theme: Addressing Finance Challenges, Investment Strategies, Operational Sustainability, and Climate Change Management. Today, we have assembled experts to engage critical stakeholders, including energy experts, industry leaders, to discuss how to minimize carbon emissions in the industry. I am convinced that we will be enriched from the knowledge that these great speakers will impart us in the course of the discussions.
In his goodwill message, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, Chairman Portland Gas Limited, said that financing remains a challenge to scaling clean energy infrastructure across Africa.
Financing remains one of the greatest barriers to scaling clean energy infrastructure across Africa. We therefore need motivative financing models, blended finance, green bonds, carbon markets, and long-term investment frameworks that reduce project risk and encourage greater private sector participation. Regulatory certainty, transparent policies, and attractive fiscal incentives will be instrumental in unlocking the billions of dollars required to transform Nigeria's energy landscape. Operational sustainability must equally remain at the heart of our industry. As we build new infrastructure, we must embrace digital technology, improve operational efficiency, minimize methane emission, strengthen environmental stewardship, and invest continuously in local capacity development.
In his opening remarks, the chairman of the occasion, Professor Silk Ogbu, Associate Professor of Management Communications, LBS, noted that everyone must begin to take the issue of environmental protection more seriously. Delivering the keynote address on behalf of Dr. Abba Abubakar Aliyu, MD CEO RIA, Mr. Gboyega Ayoade, stated that Nigeria's decarbonization pathway must be realistic.
Nigeria's decarbonization pathway must be realistic. We are a developing country with a growing population. Expanding energy demand and significant infrastructure deficits. Millions of Nigerians still require access to reliable electricity, as been alluded to by the speaker before me also. Businesses still face high energy costs. Public institutions still depend heavily on diesel. Industrial clusters struggle with unreliable power supply. Rural communities still need power for productive use. Therefore, The challenge before us is not simply to reduce emissions. The real challenge is to expand energy access, grow the economy, industrialize and reduce emissions at the same time. This is where renewable energy and decentralized clean power become strategic. For many years, the energy transition was sometimes presented as a trade-off between development and climate responsibility. But the evidence from Nigeria's renewable energy access experience shows the opposite. Clean energy can reduce emissions while improving livelihoods. It can lower the cost of production while improving reliability. It can serve communities that the conventional grid may not reach quickly. It can power hospitals, schools, markets, firms. It can also create new industries around solar, storage, metering, digital monitoring, installation, maintenance, and local manufacturing. In this sense, clean energy is not only an environmental solution, it is an economic development strategy.
The high point of the conference this year was the panel session which focused on the sub-theme of the conference, addressing finance challenges, investment strategies, operational sustainability, and climate change management. Panelists were Dr. Winklas Wogu, Health Compliance Data Pro Limited, Reverend Shola Adebawo, CEO, Hyphen Partners Limited, Chief Dr. Nana Okuribido, President Wari A, and Mrs. Nneka Obi, MD CEO, Deep Shores Energy. Moderator of session was Dr. Charles Ebironwu, Principal Consultant, Celto Consulting Nigeria Limited. In his submission during the panel session, Reverend Adebawo said Nigeria has made significant investments in gas gathering projects.
If we look at where we were 20 years ago compared to where we are today, it would be unfair to say there has been no improvement, because there have been significant investments in gas gathering projects, gas processing projects. There have been additional investment in pipelines. If you look at it, many industries, with the incentive that the PIA gave and the way government is driving the gas flare commercialization program, a lot of incentive is given to modular refining, which is all the efforts to convert wasted gas to commercial profit. Now, when you look at all of this, a lot of these were not there 20 years ago. So to that extent, you will see that the needle has moved. But has it moved significantly enough for us to be comfortable? That's where I come to the other part of your question. I think there is still room, significant room, to do a lot more. 2030 is just 4 years away. I mean, it's if you give a promise that you fulfill at that time, you just have 4 years to go. So if you look at that, the way that's been driven, some of the challenges that are making the progress slower than it could have been, there is infrastructural challenges. It's one thing. Somebody did mention that gas is not like crude oil that you can produce and keep until you find a buyer. No, you have to sell it before you even start producing, because it can't wait. So you need part of the utilization that would help with the process is domestic usage, and there is not enough infrastructure to distribute gas. But thankfully, government has, NNPC has embarked on significant AKK project has just been completed, waiting for it to be commissioned. The ELPS 2 is running parallel to ELPS 1, and the OB3, the magical OB3, is also rested. So all of these are connecting across the east, west, and the north. So these are great improvement. But as great as they are not functioning to capacity just yet. So we need more infrastructure to ensure distribution of gas. And then also, there is also the issue of economics. So the locations of where this processing plant, where gas is captured, doing net zero, capturing this thing is not as profitable. As somebody did talk about that, economics have to be right. If you're a small producer, you're going to need about multiple people to collaborate with before, so it's not an investment decision that you alone can make. So until you find somebody who finds the economics agreeable to them, you're going to be flaring. Regulatory coordination. Institutions of government that are meant to manage, enhance, regulate need to work together. And there are multiple of them. There is the NUPRC, NMDPRA, there is the Federal Ministry of Petroleum, both acts, there is the NNPC themselves, and there are operators. Everybody needs to work together. Sometimes when institutions are implementing regulations in silo without consideration to overlapping realities in other institutions, it slows down implementation. So that regulatory institutional coordination is very critical.
There is no doubt that Nigeria's decarbonization strategy core pillars of scaling solar and decentralizing grids to reach 100% electricity access with a 50% renewable share by 2030 is still a long shot away. Experts believe, however, that unless government key into some innovative financing, the decarbonization project might just be a wishful thinking.